Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Zero Strategy Gamer and we're returning to Let's Play of War in the West. A lot of things have happened since the last time we did make a major push, and that is, most importantly, we did capture Essen, which does count as a national supply source of the Germans. That does mean the Germans now have full control over all of their units, and all of the units that were previously frozen are now on the front line. That is a massive influx. I haven't really counted that, but I do estimate that they have at least... before that, I think they had around 4 divisions down here, maybe 4 up here also. So maybe 10 divisions. Now this is a lot more. So I don't think we'll have such an easy time to push forward. And that is kind of alright, because our forces are seriously exhausted at this point. They have only 67% of their table of equipment, so most of their equipment is damaged, broken, otherwise not available. And most of these guys do have extremely high fatigue. You can see, even at the start of the turn, these guys here have a fatigue of 35%. So, really, we do need to rest up for some time. We've been pushing for way too long with our units, and it's going to be alright. That's going to be okay, because we've just captured Antwerp, and we are now able to land supplies over here. And with Essen, which is such a nice rail yard, I do think we'll be able to send some supplies up over here once we have finished up this line. Also, a lot of our infantry here just does need to come to the front line to plug some of the gaps that we're now facing with these many more Germans. That being said, I do think we need to push forward a little bit, and that is, well, for one thing, I'm extremely aggressive in this playthrough, but there is a reason for that. And you can see most of these units here are still very low on supply. They've just been transferred over here, and especially this transfer did cost the Germans quite a bit of rail capacity and all of that. So for now they are a little bit vulnerable, and I think striking at them might have some use. But it's going to be a very localized strike. It's going to be much more akin to what we did once we landed, and that is going to try to cut off individual units rather than anything else. Now, there's one positive thing due to the capture of Essen, and that is now units that are destroyed do not get reformed on the German side, if I read the manual correctly. So you can still see up over here, there's a lot of divisions here from the German side that we've at one point beaten, encircled, and they have been reformed by the Germans, and they're just only now being re-equipped. That is not going to happen in the future. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, so on the one hand we're not going to face these formations anymore, but on the other hand the Germans also don't need to pour the resources to re-establishing them, and that does mean that they can reinforce the existing divisions much more easily then. That being said, our plan here is going to be to do some localized attacks to destroy individual German formations. And where I want to start is up over here. We've got the 9th SS Panzer and the 10th SS Panzer. These guys are incredibly strong formations. They are for now very weak. They're not in fortifications, these guys are, and they just seem kind of weak. So I would like to try to isolate these two units if at all possible. It might be possible, because down here, this unit here is very, very weak indeed. Only 41 infantry platoons. So I think we might be generating, not really a breakthrough, but at least a localized hole in their lines, maybe over here. And then maybe up over here in Iserlohn as well. And try to capture through the Sauerland into the Siegen-Burbach area. And try to isolate these guys, maybe. I don't know whether that is going to work, but that is one thing that we're going to do. We're also going to mop up a little bit here behind the lines, and definitely going to mop up these guys down here, and this division up there. Down here, I think there might also be potential, but we're going to talk about that later on. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the air setup, because you can see it's just such a mess, honestly. The big notifications are... there's going to be some bombardments here down in the Alps. That's going to be okay. You know what? You guys can actually fly. Then there's going to be some action by the 15th Air Force against the oil fields around Vienna. Lots of air superiority missions and such. And a lot of actions by the 8th Air Force against various targets. Our strategic air forces are mostly striking the rail yards now. So trying to disrupt the German supplies. Let's see how it is going to turn out. I think we might actually take quite a lot of losses here, but it's just gonna have to be okay. We are slowly pushing some planes onto the continent. Whenever we do find a squadron that is that would be useful in sort of a close support role, we are pushing that onto the continent in the hope that they will contribute there over time. So let's see. Yeah, we're losing a lot of planes here. I mean, the Germans are too, but you can see air combat here is very aggressive again. That's actually kind of peculiar. In between episodes, I'll probably look whether that is due to jet fighters on the German side. We haven't seen that many losses due to air combat for a while now, so I'm kind of curious whether that is actually a consequence of our strikes. Right, that being said, not going to go into the details there. Let us see whether we can do anything up over here. I think this is going to be the most interesting setup that we've got. So I think now this is light woods only, whereas these guys are actually in heavy woods. So we do have a slight advantage here, but we cannot be sure to really use it for a long time. Okay, so let's bring forward the paratroopers over here into Cologne. I think it's curious that you can't directly cross into Cologne. You know what, let's actually get you over here. My apologies there for the sound. So yeah, that could be okay. We can't do a deliberate attack here. That's slightly unfortunate. Maybe we can get one of these tank units here and push against these Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, we are pushing them back. They're only retreating though, which is not ideal because I would have liked to beat them a little bit harder actually. Now that doesn't seem to be possible, so let's bring forward the 6 US Armoured. You guys are starting to run very low on supply actually. And just look at the fatigue, yeah. We really do need to rest up at some point, but it's just too tempting to try to isolate these SS Panzer divisions. They would be so valuable to defeat. But yeah. See, we just barely managed to get through this gap over here. 8. Okay, we might be able to do something if we can be successful up here in the north. Let's see what we've got over there. Now, you guys definitely cannot make it all the way over here. You can make it into Dortmund itself, though, so that's nice. We are going to be able to get some reinforcements there, at least, and that is encouraging. Now, do we have some tanks that could make it over here that are sort of a weaker unit? No, you're not really. Okay, the Princess Irina, I want to really use them towards this area there. Okay, so pretty much knowing that we've got over here, let's put for the Polish Armoured. Okay, and honestly that doesn't look good because these guys are a little bit too strong to be easily pushing them out of the way. They're actually getting some defensive support here from some infantry division, from some other infantry division, these guys here that are stationed in the rear. That's unfortunate. Let's try another time, maybe with them being unsupported that would work. No. No, it's just a no. They're actually stronger than us, so okay. Yeah, I was too greedy, wasn't I? Now these guys could try to make it over here, but honestly, there's just no way how we're going to close that gap, which is very unfortunate. Okay, so no big success over here. Let's look at the situation here in the south. Now, I think you guys here should be more than capable of defeating some fortified zones over here. So let's try to just get rid of these guys here. Yeah, that should be okay. Right, you guys try to do that as well. There we go. Everyone up here has surrendered. Let's go slightly to the south over here. The 336. Ooh, I did not actually intend to move you there, but okay. Right, that's okay. Right, let's try to isolate you guys over here. Retreated. Where did you retreat? Towards Verdun. That's an interesting choice. Right, let's get you to retreat somewhere as well. Probably gonna get over there. No, you're holding out. Now that's interesting. Okay, we might actually need more forces to clear up these forces, these enemy forces here. Now this is also kind of interesting because you guys are on this peninsula. Right, okay, let's try to get you into here. then you guys can get over here as well. And then if you guys were to attack, no, the defensive strength of these guys is fairly high. That's peculiar. I would not have expected them to be so strong. Okay, can I do a deliberate attack with both of you? No, I can't. Huh, interesting. Okay, let's get you over here at least. And then let's do a deliberate attack here on these guys. Okay, they are forced to retreat at least. But they're not quite finished yet. Is there anything that we want to do over here? I mean, there are a couple of divisions and everything. But there's no specific weak point in these lines that would enable us to... I mean, with the river, with the Meuse over here, the Mosel, I don't think we can break through here. No, I think all of this is going to be alright. So that does mean we at least have these tanks here to do some mopping up stuff. So yeah, let's try to get rid of you. Can you guys move into there? Yeah, you can. Okay, let's do a deliberate attack here. Are you going to surrender? No, you are holding out. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, these guys are isolated. They're not completely out of supply yet. No, they actually do have a supply depot in Verdun. So you know what? Let's try to capture that. Because without that, I think they're going to be much weaker, at least next turn. So we're not going to even be able to get them this turn, which is a shame. Right, that being said, you guys can push into here, and that does allow us to finish off you guys here, I suppose. Let's try with the Indians. Yeah, there we go. Surrendered. 4,000 Germans gone. Lovely. Let's continue down here. I think you should be able to deal with this. With a hasty attack, though? Yeah. 9,000 Germans gone. Good to see. Right, let's push you up into here. Then let's take both of these divisions and attack on the Panzergrenadier division down here. We got them to retreat, but not really much more than that. That's unfortunate. I had slightly higher expectations for you. Right, can I push you out of the way now? Yes, very much so. Routed. Good. That does mean we have some ability here to create a breakthrough on this flank. That's great. Now, the next thing I want to do then is let's try to do a couple of things up here. So firstly, you guys get over here. Let's try to get rid of this fortified zone. Yes, thank you. Not a big success, but still a success. And that does mean we can now concentrate on this up here. So I'm not sure you'll be able to do that on your own though. So what types of fast units do we have down here? Not much really. Really not much. Do you have a depot over here in Colmar? Yeah, you do. So that is definitely something that we want to take. So that you guys are out of supply there. Good. Okay, fine. We could attack over here, but these guys are in the mountains, so I kind of don't want to attack them there. Well, on the other hand, I do want to get rid of these jokers there. And I do not want them to move into here. Nor do I really want them to move into the mountains, do I? Okay, that does make it a little bit complicated. We can't really move you up. Okay, you guys can move here. That's okay. Then you guys can try to create a breakthrough against this guy. Yeah, we are getting them to withdraw somewhat. So that is a success. And that does mean, okay, this pure infantry, let's attack over here. Okay, you're retreating. That's fine. Then let's take you again. Move you up over, well, let's get you here. That's okay. So you don't have to cross a mountain, and these guys are now surrendering. That's nice. Good. Very good. Okay, and then some further infantry. You can move up. Not sure you can attack then. Yes, you can. Well, that's interesting. Okay, good. That's a good first move there. Now, how about you? Now, I would actually like to get onto this hex over here as well, onto the other side of the River Rhine in Strasbourg. You might be able to get there. You might not. You might not. Okay, but since you can't get there anyway, we're going to move you down here. Then we're going to take both of these divisions and going to do an attack over here. That was slightly risky, but it did work out. So that's cool. Right, that does mean we can take the New Zealanders and cross into here. We can't even make it into there. Oh, that's a shame. How about you guys? Okay, you can get over here. That's just barely enough, is it? Okay, let's get you over here. The New Zealanders are gonna join up here. That's okay. You guys can actually get over there. That's alright too. Then the French tanks, you guys cannot really... Yeah, we do have just too few forces down here. Where can we bring you guys? Okay, the Indians go to the Indians. Then these latter Indians... Can you guys get over here? Yeah, you can. Okay. So that's fine. And then we can take this Indian division here, which is motorized, and presumably do move it forward somewhat. Yeah, let's do get over here. Fine. And then you guys do get down here, because why not? Yeah. Fine. You guys get over here, and you guys can sort of close the gap over there at least. That's fine. So you're slightly isolated still, but I think it's going to be alright. At least these guys do have a harder time to break out of this, I think. How about you? 26 movement points, and still you can't really make it anywhere. We could try to attack over here just to get these guys to retreat a little bit, and then we might be able to get over here because it's not that isolated anymore. Is that really true though? I mean, how far can these British infantry guys get? They can't even get to this hex, so that's a little bit moot actually. And the New Zealanders really can't get over there either. So that's slightly unfortunate. Okay, Strasbourg captured. That's fine then. Yeah. Okay, let's get the infantry over there. Yeah, it's such a shame that you guys can't really get any further than that. Okay, let's get the Brits down here. You're okay-ish there. You guys are still sort of struggling with this guy. That's unfortunate, but I suppose okay. Let's get you into Strasbourg itself. Yeah. It's going to be okay that these guys are a little bit isolated down here. And we don't have any further divisions down here. Okay. Yeah, it's just going to be that way. You guys do need to pull back a little bit because otherwise our front lines will be completely overextended. Yeah, so let's get you at least into here. And then the South African armoured. I mean, attacking Saarbrücken might be an interesting choice too. Would it cut off their rail here? Well, they could still go via Koblenz and come down via Trier. So no. Yeah, well, the area up here is a little bit... It's a little bit wasteful. Okay, let's actually try to get you guys here to do an attack onto these Fallschirmjägers. Let's see. I'm intrigued. They're holding out 90 to 46. They are holding out very well, actually. How about now? Yeah, it just doesn't look promising. We could try to get another unit into there, but I just don't think there's going to be that much chance to really create something useful there. Right, so let's actually move you up here. Sort of close the gap here with the infantry. It almost seems like we should be able to get these guys here. It would be very useful to actually get rid of some of them because we do need to build up the rail line. And I would like to build it up to Nancy, but with all of these Germans around here, that just doesn't make that much sense. Right, okay, let's do capture Metz. And then you guys, you really can't deal with that guy, can you? Nope. Okay, fine. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. I had hoped that we'd be able to break through here a little bit harder, but doesn't seem to be the case. Can we at least destroy these fortifications here around Bidbook? No. Jesus, we're really not capable of breaking through anywhere here. Yeah, these Germans are rested up, they're well rested and repaired, so to say. You know what? Maybe there's a chance of at least encircling this single infantry division. It's not the big throw that we wanted to do, but at least it would be something, wouldn't it now? You guys could come over here. Maybe there's a way to do this. I know a single division doesn't sound very exciting, but the more we chip away at them, the more we'll be able to get them out of their comfort zone, so to say. Right, and just if it becomes weaker over time what they're doing, I think that's going to be great. Okay, you guys cannot quite make it to Essen this turn. That's expected. But I think next turn you would be able to get over there. Will you? So you'll be able to construct 6 also. Yeah, I think that might be alright. There's the river, but still I think that's okay. Anything we could do up over here, if we don't think we have any chance of attacking them, the other alternative is to try to do something over here, but with this large river and these large rivers, no, I don't think there's any chance. We do need to rest up a little bit anyway, so let's not overextend ourselves. I'm already kind of frightened what's going on down here with these Canadian infantry. They're kind of isolated there. I don't know whether they're going to be able to attack from many directions here, but I suppose there's a certain risk of that. Good. Let's look at the situation down here. Now, I think we can try to finish the encirclement of this 1.5 division over here. So, can I actually break you guys down? Yeah, I can. Okay, fantastic. That's nice to see. Good. Let's get you guys over here. That does mean these guys are now completely isolated and out of supply. So, good from our perspective. Now, what I presumably would want is to move you guys forward. Oh, that does slightly awkwardly isolate that headquarter unit there. So let's actually move you down here. The headquarter unit can actually move back just a tiny bit. And then ultimately we'd want the infantry division over there, but we can then sort of bunny hop around there next time. Okay, that's going to be okay. Good. You guys do move forward. You guys do move forward. You guys, can you move forward at all? Just a little bit. But that's going to have to be okay. Right, it would be fantastic if we could kill this guy, but he's just so well positioned there. But what we could do is move you here, and then sort of go, everyone just step up a little bit. And that does mean we now have, okay, let's move the headquarter back a little bit. Break you down so that we have some units here sort of going into all directions. Good. Okay, so we've isolated at least, I mean, this is 2 divisions, right? This is the 92nd and the 16th SS Panzergrenadier. So yeah, that's good. Right, you guys get over there. So everyone over here is fine, and now the road to Klagenfurt does seem to be somewhat open. I'm slightly concerned about everyone down here, but honestly, I think we just might be alright trying to isolate these guys rather than anything else. Do we want to break through over here? We could, and honestly that would free up a lot of units. But maybe let's start on the northern side here. So how about you attack them? I think it would work. Right, let's try to advance here first, simply so that we're sure that our flanks are guarded, because down here we have so few troops that it's actually kind of difficult to judge whether we'll be able to do that. Okay, let's do a deliberate attack here. Okay, we are sending them back reeling, which is really nice, but we did spend a lot of movement points there to do that. Okay, let's do a hasty attack here then. Is that going to be enough? Maybe. I don't know. Nope, not quite. But they did lose their fortification, so I think if we do a deliberate attack now, they should at least retreat, which they do. So that's lovely, and that does mean you can advance. You guys, so that's what, this is a mountain. Okay, let's move you down here, and then the Poles are going to move forward into Villach, and then more tanks forward. Can you attack again? You can. Let's try to do that. Yeah, they're routed. Nice. That does mean you can move forward? No, you maybe? Maybe the Poles? No. Maybe the Brits then. Yeah, the British could move forward a little bit, but I'm slightly concerned about the overall situation here. We do need to guard our flanks. Yeah, so we are threatening Klagenfurt, but we're not really pulling it off yet. Okay, that has to be fine. And then let's simply try deliberate attack down here. You guys should be pushed forward. Oh, no, you're not. Well, they did lose the fortifications, so I think another attack here just might be the way to go. Yeah, this time they are routed. And they are sent over here. It's not ideal because they are really gaining some strength there, whereas we're not. But still, we can now move out a couple of units here at least. Okay, and you guys can actually make it forward all the way over here, which is nice. That does probably mean I'm going to move forward. No, this is still going to be okay. Anything over here? Well, something that we can mop up next turn, but not really that much for this turn. Anything down here? Looking at this again? No. You're pretty much the only fast unit that is around over here. We might want to pull some of these guys down to the south. I mean, this would have been a nice exploit, right? These Canadians were able to get probably almost to Ulm. And capturing this here is nice, but is it going to be enough? And these guys are very isolated. I'm slightly concerned there. On the other hand, we do have a supply depot here now, so that does do some of the heavy lifting there. Nothing that looks too tempting down here. Really would have preferred to mop these guys up. But yeah. And we can still bring in some troops here via the channel. Lots of troops are actually sort of been overtaken and are now in the rear of the lines. So yeah, there's no really useful thing to do about that. Right, down here, advancing onto Koblenz might be nice, but honestly I don't think so. So I think we're just probably going to try to shore up our defenses here around the Ruhr by bringing up everyone sort of a little bit further. But yeah. Tempting. Try to attack here, try to attack these guys, but there's no way I can move forward further than that. Even if you guys could break through, which I don't think you can. No. I kind of do expect a German counterattack against the Ruhr area here, because they're putting in so many units here. So yeah, I think we'll just shore it up. So what I'm going to do is, in between episodes, I'm going to move up all of the headquarters, going to move probably some planes, I'm going to move up all of the infantry here, try to form a coherent line, build up all of the rail networks that we have, and then you guys can rejoin me for the German turn. So, thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next time. Bye bye!